Welcome, loves. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here we are with Morning Rituals with Andrea Luzon and my beautiful leadership team. So we're gathering today to get centered in who we want to be, living our life in an intentional way. And I'm playing a little bit of soft music in the background. I'm seated on a chair that is sometimes a little bit wiggly. So I recommend just get comfortable. If that's laying down for you, that's great. If that is seated, that's wonderful. Whatever is resonating for you right now. And so at this moment, for me, I have my feet flat on the floor. I'm kicking off my shoes. Barefoot is always recommended. So I'm kicking off my shoes. I like to lay my hands palm up on my thighs and just begin to take nice deep breaths. So here we go. Inhale and exhale out. Let's inhale together and exhale out. You're inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth, preferably with an audible sigh. And this next time as you inhale, I'd like you to imagine that at the base of your spine, you have a cord of energy that moves through your entire being, and it pushes down out of the lower part of your spine, and it shoots into the earth. It coils down or it shoots straight, whatever you envision, but it connects you deeply. It roots you into the earth. Reduce the volume a little bit, sorry. There we go. A little less volume on the music. So allow that cord to move through your body down into the earth, connecting you, empowering you, tapping you into the earth, helping you feel strong and connected. And so now that you have grounded yourself, now that you are strong in your body and in the earth, I'd love you to imagine that energy, that beam of light moving up through your spine in line with all of your chakras, concentrating on your heart, and then move that light up your spine and shoot it out through the top of your head, up through the roof if you're indoors, into the sky, through the clouds, leaving the atmosphere, moving up around the stars, through the galaxy, connecting you to eternity, connecting you to all that is, all of the possibility that lives inside of you, that is out there for you, and that comes from within you. So allow yourself to breathe in those deep connections we've just talked about. Let's inhale together, and let's exhale together. And inhale again, and exhale out. And continue to breathe deeply. And at this moment, I'd like you to really connect with your body we're going to do a bit of movement. And if you are seated, if you're laying down, this works as well. But if you're seated, what I'd love for you to do is reach your arms up above your head. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach up. And what I'd love for you to do is lift your chin. Lift your chin and allow yourself to feel deeply into your hands and see if you can bring some energy there. See if you can feel that connection that you have to your unlimited possibility. So we're reaching up, and I often like to sway a bit. It helps me have a bit of movement in my hands to really tap into visualizing that energy and connecting with that energy. And what I'd love for you to do is imagine that you have your own I'd like you to visualize and tap into your eternal star that is traveling with you always, just a few feet above your head. And I'd love for you to connect with that profound energy that you can always tap into. And as you're reaching up and connecting with that energy, tap into the sensation that can occur between your hands as that energy is moving. And now what I'd love for you to do is take a deep inhale as you reach, connect, and I'd love for you to goalpost your arms, bend your elbows, bring your hands to either side of your head nice and wide, and feel that energy surging into your being, surging into you, that unlimited potential, that great heart, that eternal star. You're bringing that down into your being, and I'd love for you to now rest your hands right over your heart, right over your heart. A deep inhale together, and exhale out. Let something go. Another deep inhale. And see if you can set something down that has been weighing on you. Set that down just for the few minutes that we'll be together today. Another deep inhale. And exhale out. What does it feel like to set that down? And now what I'd love for you to do is reach your hands forward and cup your knees. And as we pull down, I'd like you to visualize as your head comes a bit towards your knees, you're going to round your back. I'd love for you to see that cord that connects through you is going straight down into the earth, connecting you to that powerful earth energy. So we're going to cup our knees and then round your back, pull your head towards your knees, really pull with your hands, stretch your back. Let's take a little inhale and then sit up and exhale it out. So now I'd love to challenge you to bring all of that together. So we're going to reach up into our eternal star, your great heart, your eternal energy. Breathe in and scoop that energy down. Now while your hands are wide, let's take another inhale and exhale while bringing that energy into your heart center. Let's take another inhale with your hands on your heart. And exhale out. And now reaching your hands over your knees, pulling and scooping, connecting to that earth energy. Stretch your back, really pull with your hands, and then push back up with your hands. Let's take a deep inhale here as we elongate our spine. Inhale. And exhale out. Do that movement one last time. Reaching your hands up into the ether, up into that powerful potential, that great heart that is always with you. Really allow the sensation between your hands connect to that energy. Let's bring it down. Feel the energy surging into you while you inhale. And exhale as you connect that energy deep into your heart. Another inhale together. And let it out. And reach for your knees, pulling on your knees, rounding your back. Really bend over this time. Really pull that back, all of those muscles in your back. And we're going to push against our hands while we elongate our spine, sit up nice and tall, and inhale. And exhale out. Now, as we are feeling strong in our bodies and strong in our connection to our potential, I'd love for you to allow yourself to explore a bit of guidance for a moment. love for you to take a moment and locate anything that you're holding in your body, anything you're holding in your mind right now that is limiting you, that is holding you back. And really close your eyes. Let's take a deep inhale. And I'd love for you to allow yourself to explore any sensations that you're having. Is there an old story that you've been struggling with setting down? Is there a twinge in your body, an ache that has been pressing on you? Is there a pattern that you've been struggling with? Visualize where in your body that challenge is sitting. Imagine that it's a stone. It's not too large. It's a stone. The circumference is about the same as a quarter. So now that you've found that stone, that challenge, that suffering, that limitation, I'd like you to imagine that where it's located inside of you is a room. And that room doesn't have to be much bigger than that quarter-sized stone. Or maybe it is large. Maybe there are other stones in there that you've been hanging on to, that you've been allowing to hold you back. Let's inhale as you stand outside of that room that's inside of you. Let's take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale it out. It's okay that that room exists. It's okay that that stone exists. And what we're going to do now is we're going to explore going into that room, plucking out that story, that challenge, that pattern. And we're going to take that out and set it outside of our body for just a little while, just for while we're together, and explore what that feels like. So now I'd love for you to imagine a small golden light. A small golden light that is moving through you. It knows exactly where that stone is kept inside of you. It knows where to go. And that light has moved through you and is outside the door right now. That light is patient. That light is loving. That light is here to give you all the grace that you need in this moment. That graceful light is reaching for the door and is slowly pulling it open. The light is entering the room, and it's scooping up that stone with so much care and so much love for you and so much grace and acceptance. It's not questioning why. It's not shaming you. And it's not telling you what to do. It's simply holding that stone for you right now Imagine that stone is being lifted up out of that room. The door is shut. The room can dissolve for now. And the stone is soaring out of you. It's soaring up out of you, that tiny golden light, that tiny, beautiful, loving, accepting, graceful, patient light has lifted it out of you. That story is gone. That pattern is not inside you at this moment. Let it fly. Let that story fly. And we don't need to question that story at this moment, but I'd love for you to tap into the feeling of being free. And what we've explored today is something is a practice that you can consistently bring into your life whenever it calls to you. And what I'd love for you to explore is what awakens inside of you when you set that old story down. Where do you feel yourself expanding? Where do you feel an opportunity rising from inside of you? A magnetism, a pulling. There's so much beauty inside of you. When you stop and let yourself set that story down. And should you choose to have the golden light, retrieve the stone and bring it back. If that serves you, then that can be, that story can come right back. We are human. We have free will. But we get to start every moment new, and we get to pluck that stone out as often as we choose to remember that that story, that belief, that pattern, that pain isn't serving us anymore. It's not serving you anymore. You get to set it down. And so as you may have items on your list to do today, as you may have other places to be, I'd love for you to begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe roll out your neck, stretch your body, step back into your day. And as always, when we wrap up, we get out a journal. And what I'd love to challenge you with today is to open yourself up to writing down what was that story? What was the stone for you today that you recognized? Where did you feel it in your body? And what did it feel like to be free of it? What did it feel like? That's really the opening here, is what did it feel like? To pluck that out and to live without that for just a few moments. It may be something that you do get to deal with. It may be something pressing in your life. And yes, we are human, and yes, we get to work through those challenges. And at the same time, what does it feel like to not allow it to limit you, to not allow it to press upon you, control you? What is it like to be free? What awakens within you? Where do you feel the expansion, the opportunity, when you get to pick up that old story, look at it, examine it, deal with it, but set it down and live from your potential? I challenge you to journal about that today. Write it on a scratch piece of paper. Feel free to shred it and throw it in the trash. But the process of writing, the process of you pressing your hand to paper and really moving through what came forward for you today can help you shift. It can help you shift into your potential. And this group started because a few of us saw a need to want to get grounded in who we want to be before we move into our day. And a writing exercise can really propel you forward. And if that writing exercise is not serving you today, I challenge you to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 sentences of what you're grateful for this morning. And we're gathering every Monday morning at 8:30 a.m., 8:33 a.m. Pacific, 10:33 a.m. Central. And I hope you'll join us. This has been Monday Morning Rituals with Andrea Luzon. My Zoom group is going to stay on and do some chatting. I will close up the Facebook, but the Zoom address is posted in the bottom of in the comments of the Facebook Live. So you are welcome to join us for the discussion portion. We are a community and we welcome you. Thank you so much for being here today.